This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top.
Hey!
Oh, hey!
Wait! There we go. How's everyone doing? Brad, you back? How you feeling? Feeling good?
Oh, I'm feeling very good. I'm glad to be back on.
How's the new pad?
Pad's awesome. Oh my god, I've never lived in this sort of house before.
What do you mean?
Full of surprises. It's just old, so there's heaps of weird shit. I've got these like I've got like a window. I've got a window on top of my door that like opens up to the rest of the house.
Right.
To like for drafts, I think, or something. I don't know. It's so cool.
Isn't that how windows work?
like an inside door, like I don't know, like my bedroom door.
An inside window.
Yeah, an inside
That is
window.
weird, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it was there and then they extended the house or something? I don't know.
No. It's like a nice, like it's got like a nice finish on it, and you have like a
Someone
little
put in
lever
the
to pull
time
it
do a
down.
window for the house.
Yeah. I don't know, but
That's
it's
really
great.
weird.
It's good. It's good to be back in the new setup.
Yeah,
Hope it sounds alright. Should be right.
it'll be right.
Fine.
It's great to have you back, mate. It's also great to have Callum from Semantics on, mate. How you doing? Thanks for coming on the show.
Woohoo!
G'day, boys. Yeah, doing good. How are you guys?
Hey, doing all right.
Hey, okay.
It's just taken me half an hour to get on to record. As Adam said, I'm the organised one, and my computer, my
Now I'm
mic,
worried.
it all decided to go to trash at once. But we're here.
Go to the dump.
Yeah,
Did it.
go to the dump, the Record Royale dump, as we threw a lot of songs in there last week. Shout out to our boy Joe Willis for filling in for Bradley last week for
Yes.
one of the funniest episodes of all time.
Such a good listen.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was laughing in the setup as I was editing it. So good.
LMFAO 303. Not great albums, but you should listen to the episode from last week.
Just don't listen to the albums.
Don't listen to the albums,
Yeah, don't do that.
please.
Do a favour.
But hopefully you listen to the albums we're doing this week. Cloud Nothing's Life Without Sound and Joyce Manor Cody. It was very nice to go back and listen to these
So good.
after the week that was last week. The albums that shall not be named. Before we get to the albums, Callum, first of all, massive, huge congrats on signing to Side 1 Dummy. That's massive.
Crazy.
Huge.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's pretty unreal, hey.
It's so sick. How did that all come about?
I sent them an email.
It's as simple as that.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I was like writing music and thinking like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now? Like, COVID's a thing, tour's fucked, and I was like, maybe I'll email some labels and see what happens. And Side 1 got back, and over the course of a few months, we worked out a deal, and now we've got an American label behind us, which is
Crazy.
my favorite label. So
Yeah. That's
very
insane.
cool. Yeah,
All comes from a simple email.
that's all it takes, man.
They usually don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt pretty lucky that like anyone got back. I know
Yeah.
how many fucking people like send through demos and things like that. So it was pretty cool to hear back from them,
Sure.
and then for it to get this far.
Well, you definitely have that sound. The sound that a lot of
Yeah.
the bands on that label have. A Pup on that? No, they used to be on that label. I think.
Yeah, so there's a lot of bands that used to be on it. They finished their
Cycle.
record cycles
Yeah.
and they move on because Side 1's still quite a small label in the grand scheme of things. So a lot of these kind of bands that we all look up to have their kind of breakout with Side 1 and then move on. And I'm really excited because, putting out a debut album with a label that can do what they've done with, Pup's first album, Shed from Title Fight,
Woo!
Hungry Ghost, like all that kind of shit. It's fucking insane
Crazy.
to
Yeah.
imagine that I'm going to be part of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. The new single, Sleep at Night, is that going to be part of like a album or is it just a single for now?
Just a single for now. We were having a rough time on tour with dates changing and everything and working out the label deal. So when we got pushed back from a couple of weekends of tour, we just we'd already all taken time off work, so we just booked a studio and recorded a song, just so we could do something, because we needed to. Felt like we needed to. So banged it out, and we're really proud of it. It's a cool song.
Yeah,
it's awesome. A cool song. It sounds very precise. It's like because I went back and listened to the EP you guys put out a couple of years ago. What's it called? If You're Not Alright.
Yeah,
that EP. I love that EP because I remember listening to those tracks when it came out, and then I listened to it again this past week after I saw you sign with Side One. I was like, this sounds so perfect for this label as well.
Yeah.
You got.
I think what other Australian bands were on Side One?
One Van Soho were.
Van Soho, yeah.
Smith Street,
true,
and Camp Cope, I think, had a stint with them as well.
Yeah, right.
All big names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fucking
good
huge.
company.
So, yeah, hopefully I can do everyone proud.
Awesome.
For sure. That's so good. These, also the two bands we're doing, I can super hear in your sound. Cloud Nothing, especially this Cloud Nothing's album, but also Joyce Manor. Are they two like big influences for Semantics?
Yeah, some of the biggest. Definitely some of the biggest. Like they're both the kinds of bands that kind of fly under the radar for a lot of people, and like I get it because they're not radio friendly. They're quite lo-fi in production and everything, but I feel like when you find these bands, there's a magic in their songwriting and performance that, like, I don't know, like no cool fancy production can beat. It's authentic songwriting and performance. I love it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up Joyce Manor, because we did Never Hungover Again a while ago, actually, now like 6 months ago, maybe even longer than that. But this album's a bit more polished, but it's...
Yeah, I was going to say, this sounds like a big studio album in comparison to Joyce's early stuff.
I honestly think they get better with each album. Like, I was having a hard time not saying I wanted to do $1 Million to Kill Me, because, I mean, that's...
A lot of good hooks on that
my favourite at the moment. Like, I think they keep getting better.
Yeah. I haven't gone back to that one as much. I've gone backwards. I think I started with Cody.
I started with Cody too, yeah.
Now I listen to the first two albums more, like the really, really lo-fi ones.
Yeah.
Whatever reason.
That new re-release as well. See?
Yeah.
The re-release was dope.
Yeah.
I think if you go back in the $1 Million and try to imagine the fact that like you're thinking like, okay, well, Barry's been listening to lots of Elvis recently.
Yeah.
You just got to get into that headspace. Like, and you don't know if that's Elvis Presley or Elvis Costello. Like, it's
one of the Elvises.
it's both all at the same time, which I find really cool because I'm a big fan of both.
I'm gonna have to go back now.
Like you'll find so many hints to Presley and Costello. Like there's a full just boner for Elvis is in that album.
Boner for Elvis. That's such a good
band name. Boner for Elvis. Yeah.
Boner for Elvis.
That's good.
Honestly, you know what? I'm going to call my next band that.
Boner for Elvis.
That's good.
Plural. Boner for Elvis is both of them.
Elvi.
Elvi, yeah.
Boner for Elvi.
Elvis.
That's so good.
Elvi. Just Elvi by itself would be like a nice emo band name.
Yeah.
Let's smash through the fact. I don't know many for these because not too many facts on the internet about these two albums. So Cloud Nothings, they formed in 2009 in Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to Cleveland. Eric from Heart Attack Man, shout out. Fourth studio album released on January 27th, 2017 by Car Park Records. Produced by John Goodmanson. He's worked with Death Cab for Cutie, Pavement, and Simple Plan. Yeah. And there was 3 singles. Modern Act, Internal World, Up to the Surface. This one didn't chart, and I don't have any other facts on this. Joyce Manor, second time covering him. As I said, I can't remember when we did him. I think it was like December last year or early this year. I can't remember. Formed in 2008 in Torrance, California. This is also the fourth studio album released on October 7th, 2016 by Epitaph Records. So they're pretty close together. It was produced by Rob Schnapp. He's worked with a few Australian bands. Powderfinger, Kiss Jacey, The Vines, and also Saves the Day as well. Yeah.
True.
Very cool. Yeah, heaps random. 3 singles, Fake ID, Last You Heard of Me in 18. It peaked at 192 in the States, so it cracked the top 200, which is interesting for like an album like this. And I only found out when I was doing the facts for these that Phoebe Bridgers is the one who does backing vocals on Do You Really Want to Not Get Better?
Yeah, same. I only found that out yesterday.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Did you see this one though? Nate, I don't know how to pronounce it. Nate Ruess of
Ruess
of our favourite band Fun does backing vocals on Angel in the Snow.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, they're all everywhere. All the members of Fun just dip their toes in every little project.
Did you ever hear Nate Ruess Did you ever hear Nate Ruess with Anthony Green?
No.
Circus Survive Anthony Green?
What did he do with him?
He had a solo album in 2012, Anthony Green did. And he had 2 bonus tracks. One of them was with Nate Ruess, and the other was with Chino from Deftones.
Whoa.
And they're both like weird, like
Chino.
dream pop songs. You gotta look at
2012. That would have been like peak Fun, or maybe just after as well.
Just after.
Yeah.
Just after, and Nate was kind of like top of his game, and Chino was kind of, I think he was laying low.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy music, man. Nate Ruess is cooler than Fun would let you believe.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, what's the other guy's name? From Fun, that
Jack
we just talked
Antonoff.
about. Yeah, he's literally in the news every day.
Yeah, he pops up on my YouTube recommended, just him like 10 things I can't live without.
GQ.
Yeah. What's in my bag?
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, he's on every media thing ever right now.
It's gone public.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ghost Rider. Not so ghost anymore. All right, let's get into the elements. Yeah, so this first time listening to Cloud Nothings, this Cloud Nothings album, and it sounds like a mix between like older punk bands like the Pixies, but I can also hear heaps of like I heard the Menzingers a lot in this album.
That's cool.
I don't know if you guys picked up on any other band relations.
No, I don't know. I liked thought it sounded like it's a band from America called Meatwave.
Yeah.
that I'm a really big fan of. That they sound really similar to. Cool. I fucking love this album. I'm so glad you brought this one in.
Same.
It's just all the guitars and stuff on it. It's just all like the guitar melodies and things, and kind of like Car Seat Headrest. How it's like it is kind of just like indie rock, but then it just goes into places that you don't expect, I would say.
Yeah.
I think this album taps into shit that's like kind of like, to me, I get very, without it being like on a songwriting level, just musically it's very Dinosaur Jr. in the way that it's
I was about to say that as well. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, but it's really pleasant, and it's really gentle, and it's really sad, and then it's really like uplifting and cathartic, and it's all kind of happening all at once.
Such a blend. You're right.
Yeah, and it's confusing, and I think that's what I like about it, is the fact that like you just don't know what to think when you're hearing it.
Yeah, it's really you hit the nail on the head there as well. It's like quite like brooding, I would say, in points, but then in like the next verse it'll be like just hit some big euphoric sort of part, and it makes you feel uplifted, and you just don't like all the lyrics are kind of quite seem quite dark, but then there's also places in it that are really uplifting as well. So it's a bit of a roller
It kind of
coaster.
seems like some of the lyrics are self-liberating,
Yeah.
and then like self-deprecating, and then they kind of go back into self-liberating, and it feels like Dylan, the songwriter, it seems like in this album for me, like he's always kind of up and down, and I kind of like resonate a lot with that with him as well, like knowing that you feel like both all the time.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a concise feeling, but I think that they convey that really well. That
They convey the
feeling.
idea that nothing is concise, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
I really like specifically, I think my favorite track on there is Darkened Rings.
Yeah, Darkened Rings is dope.
So
crazy, just like ascending thing that just comes out of nowhere.
With the big release as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like blew my mind when I first listened
And
to
then
that.
it does it again as well.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it.
I've
do it
literally
again.
just been listening to that song. Like I listen to the album, but I just keep putting that on repeat.
That was super Dinosaur Jr. That little
Yeah.
bit. So sick.
Yeah.
I think
I love that.
whenever Cloud Nothings go into that kind of like noise rock jam that they do, it's just like unbeatable. I don't think it was on that album, but maybe it was. Hang on. There's another Cloud Nothings song, Wasted Days, off the album before,
Right.
and it goes for like 8-10 minutes, and most of it is just like a single note on the bass, a guitar feeding back, and a floor tom and a snare, but you can't stop listening. It's fucked.
Let's see.
I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, because you listen to the older stuff, it's got much more of like almost like a punky sort of skatey, surfy rock to it, and then how did it change from that? Did he just expand his sort of horizons? Because you can see he obviously loves making music as well, because they put out so many albums and they got a massive motor. But there's like a kind of bit of a turning point on this album.
I feel like if you look at their 2014 album, right? Because they were a 3-piece,
right?
Initially. So Attack on Memory was a 3-piece album. Even 2011, Here and Nowhere Else was a 3-piece album. No Life for Me was when he did his collaboration with Waves, which is kind of like my big intro to Cloud Nothings. Like that's kind of where I really found them, because I was already listening to Waves. And then Life Without Sound is when they became a 4-piece and got an extra guitar player. But I mean, Waves is classically like a lo-fi surf punk, artist, and it's mostly that Nathan bloke, and then there's a couple other people that collaborate with him. And in Here and Nowhere Else and Attack on Memory, like I know what you're saying about the surfy stuff, but there's also some really like 80s Ramones stuff happening in there. Yeah. With like those very like Firebird guitar tones. And like also just, man, he's got like theory chops on guitar. He knows things about the guitar that punks don't know about. Like
Exactly.
He's unlocked the codes.
He has.
He has the cheat codes. No one else has.
Exactly.
I thought his vocals, I really like the vocals, but they remind me a lot of the guy from Death Cab for Cutie a little bit on parts of it. Just like quite confessional. And I haven't actually heard their other stuff, but I can't imagine it over like a surfier thing right now. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wicked, man.
Yeah, it's sick. I kind of gravitated towards just the self-titled one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time listening to that.
That's
kind of sounded
really
like
cool
a bit
album.
like Royal Headachy in parts as well.
Yeah,
Sick.
it definitely does have that Royal Headache kind of
That's
vibe.
that's where I got the surf sort of thing, sort of skatey, sort of fast thing from. Yeah.
But even Royal Headache, that takes me back to kind of like, it sounds weird, but like it takes me back to kind of Misfits and Descendants, because
for sure.
It's all just angsty ballads,
Yeah.
And like, Misfits put the horror spin on it. Descendants put the fucking domestic suburban spin on it. Yeah. But they're all ballads and they just turn up the amps. And I like that, Jay Mascis followed through in the 90s with Dinosaur Jr. and wrote country songs with, like Neil Young distortion, and then just turned up the tempo. And I feel like Cloud Nothings, Royal Headache, and, Parquet Courts, those kinds of bands are like a continuation of what...
Exactly, yeah.
For what punk can be.
Just pushing it. So true.
Punk's romantic, man. Like,
it is.
Punk is super romantic.
Punk is pretty good. Anything.
Pretty good segue into Joyce Manor, I think.
Bloody
Joyce
oath.
Manor are very like that too. They're I remember, I think we said this on the last pod, but I remember watching an interview with Barry, and he was saying that it's just like their biggest influence is the Beatles, like early Beatles, and that's all they're trying to do is like love songs.
Yeah.
Just a bit more distorted. And that's kind of what it is. It's like a very basic, you're lucky if you get a chorus twice.
Yeah. you hear that a lot more on this album though than the earlier albums. They kind of do bring back melodies and have more of a song structure. Yeah. Especially
I feel
on
like the
back
earlier
half.
albums with Joyce kind of feel like they were kind of pop punk, skate punk, romance songs. They're all 1 minute long. Power violence was a big thing in the hardcore scene, and they're obviously all hardcore dudes as well.
Yeah.
So they kept it short and sweet, and it was all a very like trendy thing. And then it feels like they grew up.
For sure. Yeah.
When they made Cody, to me, that's what it sounds like.
Definitely.
The first three songs, I love that little like trio.
It's the whole album right there.
Like it just opens up so well, and then it kind of gets like not slower, but it dives into more detailed songs, I suppose. But fuck, I love the first three songs.
Well, it immediately gets super slow, doesn't it? Because it goes straight into
it does too. Yeah,
track 4, I think.
Yeah, do you really want to not get better?
Yeah, holy shit! It's so dark and like quiet.
And then
Fourth
straight
track
into,
in an album. That never happens.
Exactly.
So beautiful though. I love that track. Even though
So good.
it goes through a solid 20 seconds.
Yes.
It's a
Keeping it.
beautiful little moment on the album.
Mm.
And I'm so glad that I now know that that's Phoebe Bridgers. That actually blew my mind.
Yeah.
So I just remember listening to this over and over again back in the day.
You couldn't tell,
Definition
like,
of
even
cool.
even after I read it and then I listened to it again, you can't really, like, you can
You can
just
just faintly
tell.
hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
She can do a good job of not being distinct when she wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you listen to her harmonies in her own music, and like her main line goes right down the middle, and
Yeah.
even her backup vocals are pretty like
Yeah.
invisible, you know.
Mm.
She's
Subtle.
really, really good at like controlling her voice like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
Or
even on
Phoebe.
the Better Oblivion Community Center album, that
Mm,
like the songs that aren't hers, she's just like the perfect accompaniment behind.
totally.
Which is cool.
For sure.
do you guys prefer the production on Cody to the earlier albums?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I think. I don't know. Never Hung
I like
Over
them
Again
both.
for me is the perfect middle ground between the two. I think because it's like I don't know. It misses a little bit of the aggression. I think for me, but it's still. I do love the hearing it hi-fi. I'd like to hear the earlier albums in like the same production.
I don't think a lot of these songs would work, though, if it had the real, like, just not as polished
No, definitely not.
production side.
Well, there's a lot more going on as well, like
Yeah.
instrumentally.
Like
that you can-
Stairs. There's a lot going on Stairs, second last song. That's
Yeah.
probably that'd have to be the longest song. 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ooh.
I reckon they got real puffed out after doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I wonder if they would play
Never
it live.
again.
Yeah.
Never
This is
again.
bullshit.
I love that track though.
Yeah, it is so good.
Such good
It's
vocals on
beautiful.
it. Sweet
Very
as. Do you have any more to add, or would you like to get into the segments?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Let's do it indeed. The last segment for season 4, Get Inked.
Get inked.
Alright. Callum, we're going to be making some tattoo designs from these lyrics. Did you have any for these? If not, you got to pick the one that you think is the best from ours.
No, I'm gonna pick yours.
Alright.
Okay.
Adam, you can go first.
All right. Mine for Cloud Nothings. I had from Up to the Surface. There's a line, a row of islands all ablaze. I was thinking maybe like
kinda
3 cartoon islands, like just the classic one with just like a little lump with one palm tree on each one, and like a Castaway-esque little human on each one. The first one's like completely burnt and just like ashed. Second one's on fire, and then the third one's just fine. And
Right.
there's a little guy looking over the
That's
other
sick.
ones, really
That's like
worried.
an
Deep,
actual
man.
tattoo.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a real tat.
that's
a
good.
We don't usually do many of them.
And my other one for Joyce Manor, just the lyric, do you really want to not get better? This is kind of political, actually. I was thinking, like, for COVID, like maybe just you know how everyone's putting their photo with their little sticker from getting the vaccine?
Yeah.
Maybe just like a tattoo of one of them with, do you really want to not get better around it? 'Cause
Whoa.
if you don't get vaccinated and you get COVID,
That's great. That should be like
you
an
might
ad
not get
campaign.
better.
Fuck, that is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
I like
sick.
it.
The
Well
Australian
done, man.
government should get in contact with Joyce Manor.
They should, with
Or
Joyce
or
Manor
us.
and
Yeah.
Phoebe Bridgers.
Bradley, what are yours?
Okay, so my Joyce Manor one from Fake ID, singing "What do you think about Kanye West?" Yeah, I think he's great. Yeah, I think he's the best. Yeah, I think he's better than John Steinbeck. Yeah, I think he's better than Phil Hartman. For the whole time, I thought the lyric was, "I think he's better than John Stockton." The basketball player, and I'm sure when we saw him at the Hammer, I may have got some looks when singing that.
What?
But I'm thinking like an Olympic podium as my tattoo with Kanye at the top, John Stockman, and then Phil Hartman in like second and third place respectively
That's
as a tattoo.
I've always thought that it was John Stamos.
Do you understand?
Yeah. So
That's great.
there you go.
Well, okay. For my Glad Nothings from Modern Act, feels like the tide is starting to come in. I was thinking like a sleeve, but it's a reverse sleeve, so it starts at the fingers and like goes the other way up. It's just like a big blue sleeve, and at the like up towards the arm that has some waves crashing, and looks like an ocean on your arm.
Hell
Has
yeah.
nothing to do with the song really, but it's just the tide coming in on your arm.
Catch some kahunas, my guy.
Yeah,
That'd be expensive,
absolutely.
I reckon.
Very expensive. Would also hurt.
Would
It would also hurt, and it would take a long time.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
My Cloud Nothings one sucks. Their album name, Life Without Sound, this sucks. Just I don't know. I tried to make this like in my head. It would look like one of those, you know, when you see like tattoos of like snakes with a knife, like a knife and then a snake's going around it. I'm just thinking like a pair of scissors and like some headphones are going around it. Life Without Sound.
a traditional tattoo of that.
Yeah,
that's pretty
That's
crazy.
all right.
No, it's shit. It's shit. Don't patronize me. I actually don't know what that sentence means. Don't patronize me.
I don't know.
And then Joyce Manor. So just like so you'd get the album artwork because the artwork has no like text on it. It doesn't have their band name or album name. So you get the album art, and then you get the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody logo inside the artwork. So that's the tattoo. It's the album art with the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody logo.
Wow.
Do you have to rewrite the logo to say Joyce Manor? Or is it just the Sweet
Sweet
Life
Life
of
of
Zack
Joyce
and
Manor.
Cody?
It's just the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
With a
That's
dog
awful.
chewing on a mannequin head.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think
Wow.
I need a reboot for season 5.
You should have just winged it.
Yeah, I should have. I should have said that was me winging it. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Am I supposed to pick one of these?
You can if you want. You can pick mine.
It's up to you.
You got to pick
Makes
one
sense.
that you have to get tattooed. Yeah.
Oh shit.
If you
Um,
had to get one,
Oh, if.
and why would it be the headphones with the scissors?
That'd be the very last one I would pick.
Yeah.
No. I actually really liked the idea. I think it was Adams of the islands, and the
Yeah,
palm trees,
thank you.
and the incremental flame. Like after you guys like kept talking, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, shit, that's actually like a kind of a cool concept because like a big part of Life Without Sound, I think, is catharsis. So, you know, like the reverse cycle of like getting out of like the little ash into the Burning Man, into the fucking like sane person, still stranded but not on fire. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
didn't
kind of
think
cool.
that deep.
Adam, you're a genius.
I
a
started
genius,
thinking
though.
about it afterwards, and I was like, man, that's deep. That's metaphorical. I like
Yeah.
it.
I meant it the whole time.
Sure.
Wow.
But I like that. So
Yeah.
I would get
thank
that
you.
tattooed.
Nice.
I usually have very bad tattoos, so this is the first.
Turns out Adam's a genius. All right, let's do.
I got a bunch of bad tats too.
Let's do the ad. All right, we're going to be picking our favorite songs, one from each album. Callum, what's your favorite song from each album?
My favorite song from Life Without Sound is, like, without debate, Enter Entirely. It's the greatest guitar riff since Hey Hey My My by Neil Young. It's that kind of grunge rock riff that like you can't beat. It has 2 guitar solos, both of them very understated and very incredible and very beautiful. The drum performance is insane. So Enter Entirely, favorite off Life Without Sound, easily one of my favorite songs of all time. The Joyce one's harder because like every Joyce album kind of feels like one song because all the songs are so fucking short. But like I was saying with the whole Elvis obsession, I really like that Fake ID is immediately a Costello song.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing I liked about that album was like hearing Joyce as a pop punk emo band and then hearing them write a very Costello kind of like 80s punk rock song. Love that. I love the sound of it. I love the tongue-in-cheek kind of styling.
Yeah. No,
Sick.
beautiful track.
Adam.
I'm gonna, as I said before, I'm going Darkened Rings. I just cannot get enough of that section. Like, honestly, like crack to me at the moment. I've been listening to it, and sometimes if I don't have time, I'll just skip to that part and listen to that for a sec, and then I'll go back to whatever I'm doing.
Get your fix.
It's been really, it's just an earworm. I can't, yeah. Really anyway, love that track, and I also love the rest of the track. That's like very Meatwave, that band that I'm a big fan of. So,
do you like Diarrhea Planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that kind of...
That same, yeah.
Noise rock, punk, lo-fi, but like kind of pop, kind of ballad, but kind of fuck you at the same time.
You just don't know where it's going.
Yeah, super cool.
But still really beautiful. Like noisy,
totally.
But really beautiful, which is...
intentional.
That's my favorite shit.
Organized chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for Joyce, I'm going to go 18. So the band that all us three... used to play in. We used to cover 18 for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
And I still love that track, even though
it's so good.
Now
it went off every time.
What band were you guys playing in?
We played in Split Feed. We back in the day. I can't remember what year would we have done that.
The cover.
Shit, we were meant to like play shows together at Interstate sometime.
I think we were.
I swear I've spoken to one of you guys in the past.
Probably this
over
guy. Probably
Instagram.
Probably. Yeah. Legit. Yeah.
Mr. Bracey's
I remember
computer.
Split Feed. I was really enjoying that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Appreciate that one.
Well, you should have heard our 18 cover. It was it went off. And I just love the chorus on that song so much. It just hits. It bloody hits. So
Slaps.
there you go.
Sweet. Brad, what are yours?
I was also going to go Dark and Rings, but I'll go Things Are Right With You, I think. That's a really well written song. I love like the back and forth in the chorus between like the instruments. Yeah. That was apart from Dark and Rings, which is like something a bit different. Yeah, that one. Very rememberable. I'll bring it out again. It's been a minute since I've said that.
The fake word.
Joyce Manor. I love all these songs.
It's such a good album.
Ooh. Maybe I'll go Dumb as a Thumb. Screw it. I love that song. Such a fat intro.
Wait, which song?
Make Me Dumb. Sorry,
Make
shit.
Me Dumb.
Dumb as a thumb.
Dumb as a thumb. I was like, wait.
I'm editing that out.
Dumb as a thumb.
It makes me dumb as a thumb.
You listen to the deluxe version this week?
Yeah, I think so.
Bonus track.
Whoopsies.
That's how you find
Anyway.
that song is great though.
Yes.
It is good.
The Make Me Dumb. Dumb as a Thumb doesn't exist.
Dumb as a thumb.
Yeah. I'm going Internal World for Cloud Nothings. That the chorus where it's like, I want to call it contrasting between guitars, where it goes from like kicks in and then comes out. It's like do 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 anyone. Oh, that's heaps catchy. That's been in my head all week. And then I'm going Angel in the Snow, third track.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Just straight in, strutting to the intro. Wanna go together. So good. Love that shit. Sick.
It's great.
Adding them to the Record Royale ads. No songs are going in the Record Royale dump. So, Callum, we have two playlists. We've got the Record Royale ads, which are like the songs we just mentioned, which is every single episode we put in 6 songs.
Really big.
Heaps big. No one would listen to it. And then we got the Record Royale dump, which is like the worst songs we've done. And like 10 songs went in last week. But no songs this week. They're all really good.
Yeah, they're both seriously good albums.
Beautifully good. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do band name generator. All right, Callum, you're going to pick the best band again. You're going to be our judge.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll go in the same order. Adam, you can kick it off. Oh, wait, I should explain what we're doing. We're taking a song title and then creating a shitty little band. All right, go, Adam.
This is really weird and shit. Okay. My band are called Modern Act. They're a future electronic 2-piece band from Cessnock that refuses to dwell in the sound of the past. They constantly change their sound each set in order to stay on the cutting edge of music. They have never released a song because by the time they've written and recorded a song, they feel too much time has elapsed and the song is already an old sound. This leads most of their sets to be completely improvised and full of anxiety as the band tries their best to find their most current sound at every moment. They have been described by critics as one of the most unorganised and worst bands to ever take any stage.
Wow.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's
That's
funny.
modern act.
Every song they have to reinvent themselves.
But they can't. They're trying to be too modern that they can't even write a song because
That's so good.
They need to play instruments that haven't been invented yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they just get really frazzled.
Anxious man.
Yeah.
That's great. Brad,
Um,
what's your band?
Look, mine started as a band, but it's turned into more of like a festival. It's called Fake ID. So it's like a festival for under 18s wanting to like experience a proper real festival. So the tickets of the festival come with your own personal fake ID, and the bouncers give you like the full fake ID experience where they're like looking at you just like nah, not today, mate. And then they're just like, yeah,
you buy a ticket to get kicked out.
You know what? Yeah, you have to get another ticket. And they're like, nah, you're right, get in there. But the lineup would have lots of unearthed high bands on there, but they only sell soda and water. And it's sponsored by
fake beers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sponsored by Red Frog's Tent, the Red Frog's Tent, and TikTok.
I don't know if that sounds like a great festival or a fucking terrible festival.
It's awful. Yeah, it's like Good Life.
It could be really nice.
Oh, good
And
life.
it could be really great for like an all ages community. And then it also could just be like the cringiest shit ever.
Yeah, I think it's the latter, honestly.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
As soon as the red frogs get there and they start coddling you, you know.
Exactly. The Red Frog's Tent.
Red Frog's Tent. Shout out to all the men and women grinding in the Red Frog's Tent.
Yeah.
My band's also called Fake ID, but mine, Fake ID, is the one-man live show of McLovin from Superbad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce the actor's last name. Christopher Mintz-Plasse or Place?
I think it's Barry Johnson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good.
They look the same.
They do look
They
like
do, eh?
Yeah, the same guy.
McLovin has his big fucking sleeve. So he's decided to reprise his iconic 2007 role for a huge summer tour. He'll be playing an 80-date tour, rocking out to arenas over the country. Now, I don't know really where to go with this from here, but I just thought like they've recorded an album, so it's McLovin, so the actor as McLovin, but Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, and Jonah Hill have all put together. I don't know. Michael Cera can play bass. Seth Rogen can play drums. Jonah Hill can play guitar, and they've recorded a 12-track black metal album titled "Old Enough to Party."
nice.
So that's.
I was going to say
Fake
McLovin
ID.
strikes me as a rapper.
Yeah.
That's like a really vulgar.
Yeah, like a yeah.
Black metal.
But if you think about like the stoner culture of those dudes, like a black metal album really does make sense.
Yeah, and it would go
Like they
off
could
as
all
well.
just sit there like super brooding
Yeah.
and just turn up some PVM to like 12
Yeah.
and just ring out a
All
minor
metal
chord
zones.
Yeah.
and just kind of grumble into a microphone and go and it would be a black metal
It would
album.
go off.
so,
12,
It'd be dope. It'd be so good.
12 metal zones into a line 6.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right. What band would you go see out of those three? I'd probably go see Modern Act.
I'm digging Modern Act.
Yeah.
They would,
I'm
it's
jumping
not very
again.
fun to see them.
no.
Yeah,
it's interesting though.
I think the
really
fact that like
anxious.
you got no idea what you're in for is really intriguing.
Yeah, and neither do they.
You know, it's like going to like one of those like abstract art galleries. You know, like they're more like an art band
Yeah.
because they're like
Wow.
so modern, even they don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like that's cool.
Art in
That
You
real
know,
time.
that's super punk.
That's cutting edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well
she-
done, man.
There you go. Maybe I'll
Start
start.
it.
Modern
yeah.
Act wins.
I like it. All right, one more segment. We're doing 2 truths and a lie. Who's up this week, Brad?
That's me. Yes.
All right. What do you got
So-
for us? You got
I remember I did the last Joyce Manor as well. So I was looking through and I was like, oh, I've done that. Can't do that. So I've gone the Twitter route. We haven't done the Twitter route for a while.
Oh, I was going to do that last week, but the episode
Yeah.
got rescheduled. So, Callum, Brad's saying 3 statements. 2 of them are true. 1's a lie. We got to figure out which one's the lie.
Yeah.
Take
Right,
it
yeah. So
away,
these are all
Brad.
tweets by the band. So Joyce Manor has tweeted out, anyone able to hook up a Disney Plus password? Question
All right.
mark. I'll record a vid of myself playing any song you want. Doesn't even have to be Joyce Manor. Number 2. Cloud Nothings have tweeted, shaking the acoustic guitar to retrieve a pick that you dropped in there is a very underrated guitar skill. Number 3, Joyce Manor has tweeted, going to be running our own merch out of our garage. It stinks in here.
All right, number 1, it can't. Surely, I reckon you've been chasing Disney Plus password, and you're like, actually, who can hook me up?
Yeah, that could be right.
Yeah, that's so specific.
Yeah. Wait, what was the second one? What was the guitar one again?
So he's saying that like shaking your pick out of your acoustic guitar is like a skill, and it's part of playing guitar.
Trait.
Yeah,
I taught guitar.
It's a very underrated guitar playing
for 4
skill.
years. I reckon I did that 100 times a week.
Yeah.
I did my 10,000 hours.
It's part of playing guitar, he's saying, pretty much.
Yeah. That could also be another thing that you could have thought of, though. Number 3, I reckon is true.
I feel like Dylan Baldy would say that, though, because he's... I don't know. He's a cute nerd, you know.
The rest of his Twitter was very nerdy.
I also reckon, Brad, if you thought of that, you would tweet that, because that's a great tweet.
It is a good tweet, you're right.
Yeah.
My Twitter is pretty good.
So I reckon that's true. I reckon the merch one could definitely be true.
I'm gonna say the merch one just for the spirit of competition.
I'm gonna say number 1, the Disney Plus.
I'm going number 1 as well.
Righto.
We're number 2.
Okay, we all locked in.
Yeah.
So the shaking guitar one was true.
Good tweet.
The running our own merch store out of our garage was in fact a lie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean.
Adam,
I was expecting to lose
Get out
that
of town.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never said that. Never said nothing like that. Yeah. How funny is that first one?
Or did he get the Disney? Did he get a password?
I don't know. Yeah, I looked into the comments. Everyone was like, DM me. I'll sort you out. So there never wasn't any development on it. So I'm guessing he got it.
He didn't post any videos of him playing afterwards.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
It's only for the person who gave it, so maybe they got it.
Oh, that's very special, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine getting
If you're listening
by
and you
I
got
wonder
the
what he
vid.
wanted to watch.
Mandalorian.
Oh,
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What did he sing? Earth Angel?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice. He'd nail that song.
Yeah.
Well.
Well done,
Adam
Brad.
wins again. Adam is fucking tearing up this week. Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You're really having a breakout episode here. All right, we're gonna rate these albums out of 10. 10 what though?
10 what?
10 what? 10
cookies?
darkened rings? Or Life Without Sound? That's kind of shit, isn't it?
10 lives without sound.
10 lives without sound. No, that's not good.
Well,
Let's
We'll
just
go out of 10 stairs for Joyce Manor.
All right, 10 stairs.
And yeah, we'll do Internal Worlds.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not much better, but all right, we'll go with Brad.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
Callum, we're going to rate each album out of 10. We'll do Cloud Nothings, and then we'll come back around the circle and do Joyce Manor. So what are you giving Life Without Sound out of 10 Internal Worlds?
It is like 8.5, 9 Internal Worlds. Like it is that close to perfection in my opinion. In the way I connect with the rock album. I'm giving it 8.5 to 9 Internal Worlds.
Right. Who wants to be the one that tells him?
Well, we don't do decimals, so it's a 9.
You want to get rounded up to a 9?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bang. Six.
Adam? Superstar Adam?
I'm going to give it a 9 as well.
Ooh,
This is one of... First in... I mean, I guess usually bring on great albums, but this is the first in a really long time that I was like, holy shit, this is a new album for me to listen to all the time. I'm really going to listen to this every day for a while, I think. It's just...
That's
everything I
brilliant.
really like. I'm a big Dinosaur Jr. fan, as you were saying before, and yeah, I hear a lot of that. I just love the noise, but the beauty at the same time. I don't know. It's a beautiful, beautiful album.
Listening, I was like, Adam's going to love this.
Yeah,
For sure.
Frothed it.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
Absolutely.
Nice. Brad?
I'm going to go 8 Internal Worlds. I think it's been a great time discovering this band this week, and I think Like not just this album either. I feel like I'm gonna go back and really enjoy those earlier albums as well. But it feels like this is a very big moment for the band. So yeah, I'm happy to give it big 8 worlds.
I'm following up there, Bradley, with an 8 internal worlds. It's both the albums are so precise. That's another thing we didn't mention, but we've been listening to some long ass albums and just listening to 30 to 40 minute 10-9 albums. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah.
There's just
no dicking around.
No dick around, no filler.
It's rock and roll, boys.
The guitar the guitar riffs are so good, and I love that guitar sound as well. It's not it's definitely not overproduced and over it's not in your face, and I really like that a lot.
So.
Yeah. Sick. Let's do Cody out of 10 stairs. Callum?
I think he gets 8 stairs for me. I think the best of Joyce is yet to come still. I'm a big fan of Cody and $1 Million and everything beforehand as well. I think this is like the first album of theirs where like the songwriting for me really started to elevate to like a level where I was like, oh, this is like music I'll listen to my entire life. It's not just shit that I listened to as a teenager. This is stuff that I'll take with me into my later years. It's good music that it'll be timeless. So that gets 8 stairs for me.
Sweet.
Nice.
Adam?
I'm going to go a 7 stairs for this one. As I said before, I think I still do gravitate to the earlier albums a little bit more. Never Hungover Again is for sure my favourite still. But I think this is pretty close up there. I think this was the first album that I listened to when I got into Joyce. So I did rinse the shit out of it and then went back a bit. And so maybe I like the other ones in comparison just because it's like, I don't know, like fresher maybe. But I do still love this album. But I changed my mind with Joyce so ridiculously. Yeah. But I think I do miss the like just aggression of some of the first albums. Yeah, so 7 for me.
Easy. Brad?
I'm gonna split them down the middle. I'm gonna go 8. 8 stairs. I think this is like an all-time record for me and all of us, probably as a band as well. Definitely helped like expand my taste when discovering, like when I got into all like that massive plethora of bands. It's always going to be in the bag, and for years to come, it's going to stay relevant for me. I think it's just great album.
Yeah, it was a gateway album for me, or all of us really, because when this came out 2016, 2016, so that was really when I started getting into like different types of, I was very down my Blink-182 in like 2014, 2015, and then, modern baseball, Joyce Manor came along, and I was like, shit, what is this whole new side of music? And this was like one of the first albums. But yeah, going back, there's a couple of tracks that I do skip a lot. The first like 3 songs are the perfect opening to this like genre.
They are.
But I'm going to go 7 as well, because I think there are some points when I'm like, oh, I do prefer like the different styles, but I also really like that they did kind of develop their sound a lot on this album. But I'm going to go an easy 7, which means Cloud Nothing's Life Without Sound. 34 out of 40 beats Cody. 30 out of 40.
It's a fat score.
It is a fat score.
Yeah,
there it is.
Gee,
that will go there. We've done a lot of freaking good albums this season.
I reckon we do a bracket episode at the end of each season, and I reckon there's going to be some actual like fist fights when we discuss all this.
But
so there's been some good ones.
So many high scores.
Yeah, there's been a lot of high scores, but there's also been a lot of guests. So like, there's not as many albums that we have a personal connection to. There are a lot that our good friends have brought on. Callum, thanks so much for coming on the show, mate. Hope you had a fun little time.
Thanks for having me, boys. It's been cool.
Yeah. It has been cool chatting these two bands. It's also pretty damn cool to see. Once again, huge congrats on the signing. It's just so big.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that is huge.
Thank you.
So we're very keen.
Thanks, guys.
Very keen to see where it all takes you. As Adam mentioned before, next week, season 4 bracket episode. So every album that we've covered, 32 of them this season, goes against each other. Elimination style tourney. One winner.
Back and one.
One winner. I don't have the list up, but there's Genesis Owusu is the number 1 seed.
Wow.
But it's got a tough opening matchup against 303 Want. So that's gonna be an issue, I think.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins that one,
someone's got to come up with some notes for one, so at least there's some sort of argument.
I reckon we all should. And then I'll just get through it because we won't have any notes on it, won't have any reasoning why it shouldn't. It turns out it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
Nope.
We just need an extra week.
Disaster piece.
Disaster piece, yeah.
Was that a Slipknot song? That was.
Sweet. Yeah, Callum, thanks so much for coming on the show. Everyone follow us on the socials at Record Royale, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Usually get a fair amount of engagement going the week of the bracket episode, so it should be pretty fun. Go check out Semantics, their new track, and all that will be following with Side 1 Dummy. That's going to be fucking sick. All right, guys, send this one home. Farewell. Bye.
Bye.